Hi, goes the family. Welcome back to Larry's Anything Goes. Hopefully, you guys having a great and exceptional day. So it's been a minute since I've just done a rant. I usually do my rants on Instagram. If you're not a follower, follow Larry's Anything Goes LLC on Instagram. But anyways, you know me just talking about a specific subject matter and just going off and giving my perspective on it. So I say, if you remember the world of 2020. Starting in March, April, it was about March, April timeframe of 2020. The world was in a crazy place. The world was in a new place. It's hard to believe that it's been over 3 years since this took place. And I'm not saying this lightly because trust me, it was a weird time. It was a weird place. We were all in lockdown. Most of the country, most of the Western nations were on lockdown. And the only time you could really go out was to get some food, get some gas. That's about it. Get some food and get some gas. Um, Most places, most restaurants were shut completely down. A lot of businesses shut down completely for good, and that's not a good thing. Um, then a lot of restaurants that opened up that you could only do carry out. You could drive just you could drive up and pick up your food, or you could do the whole, businesses like DoorDash, Uber Eats, Grubhub, um, Amazon, of course, Instacart. They made a killing in the food and product delivery delivery industry. Because more people couldn't go out, and then a lot of people, especially you have to remember during this time frame, a lot of people were not working because a lot of businesses were closed. So, and it was like the first time I believe in the U.S. history that people, anybody who could not work was on unemployment for at least a year. And because then you had the crazy debates, because that's Congress and all that great stuff. No matter who's sitting in these seats, regardless of the party, don't care. There always issues always going to be made out of something and nothing. And then it's usually there's economic implications behind these decisions, but they'll always talk about something else and not talk about, hey, this is affecting my donors. But I digress. Because first it was the arguments about the mask mandates, then there was the arguments about places being people being on unemployment, because I think it was the highest amount of money that people on unemployment received, especially people as far as then you have to remember the stimulus checks that people got, especially if you had children. So, and inflation wasn't as crazy as it is now, but obviously, all the spending that was done from 2020 to 2022, you got to take that all into consideration. People were pulling money from their 401ks. I know I did, without being taxed for the first time. People didn't have to worry about paying their mortgage. I forgot what they called that thing where you were able to basically pause the payment on your mortgages. But anyways, and then a lot of people could get away with not paying their rents because there was an eviction moratorium. So it was an interesting place. But unfortunately, well, so let's be fortunate. I'm happy that the world is open. I do not miss just being in the house. I love working from home. Don't get me wrong. That was probably one of the best things to come out of the pandemic is people being able to work from home and people being able to get access to more money, and then people being able to save money. Plus, student loans are put on pause as well. People thought that it was the whole student loan forgiveness was going to take place, but I believe as of this month, in September 2023, student loans, people have to start paying, resume payments on their student loans. And the only reason why I say that is one, I've done the research, and then two, I've seen a lot of my friends on social media talk about, oh man, they were playing about reinstituting people having to pay their student loans. Um, Me, I'm for student loan forgiveness, but I know from an economic standpoint, and when it, once again, once you dig in deeper, if student loans were actually forgiven, a lot of corporations would go out of business, and then obviously, certain other entities would not be able to pay certain bills because they make a profit off of student loans. So it's, like I said, everything is based off of economic moves, not political moves. The politics are just the managers, the economics and the corporations are the owners. It's the capitalistic American way. Anything wrong with it? No, it is what it is. But anyways, so I s- I love the fact that I can get on an airplane. If I want to wear a mask, I can. If I don't, I don't. I love the fact that I can still get on the airplane and actually go someplace. I like the fact that I can go to a concert. I like the fact that I can go to a comedy show and enjoy myself. I like the fact that I was able this year, for the first time ever in my life as an adult, was able to finally go to a foreign country. If you watch my Instagram and my TikTok videos, you'll see that even on YouTube and Facebook, I showed videos of me going to Toronto, Canada back in July, and I had a blast and can't wait to go back. Very expensive country, but I cannot wait to go back. But anyways, so what is the reason why I say that I think we need another global lockdown is just because of this, not for political reasons. I don't care what your politics are. All I care about is your economics. I say this because the mindset of a lot of people started to change in regards to putting their money away. Bitcoin was a big thing, crypto was a big thing. So people were, the mindset of I need to become an investor slash business owner was what just quadrupled during the pandemic. The number one reason people were at home more and eventually get tired of just screwing around on social media and having fun. Eventually, reasonable people, not everybody, but there's a population of reasonable people that actually want to do something productive with their lives, want to have a great economic outlook on their life, if not only for themselves, but definitely for their family. So that's another thing to take into consideration. But I think we need another global lockdown from a mental standpoint because I think people need to, and then because the reason why I say that is because everybody's outside now. The summertime is over with, quote unquote, and people's kids are back in school. So summer vacation for the most part is over with. You still got people out there that are, still doing their thing, but you got to bear in mind to be outside is expensive, especially nowadays. You know, to drink, go to a bar, to go travel, it is way more expensive now than I can remember. So this is from somebody who likes to travel. This is from somebody who likes to go out. It is way more expensive to be outside nowadays than it ever has been in a long, long time. And I say that because it's insane. It's like, even like, great example. I went to meet up with a buddy last Sunday that I haven't seen in forever, and just for my bill, I had a couple of drinks, and I had like one little meal, and even for my bill, it was still 50 something dollars. Okay, so imagine if you went out on a date, probably would have been $100. Okay, so that's just what it is at the end of the day. Um, so to be outside, I know there's certain places people can find where they'll have happy hour, so you save money on drinks and you save money on the food and all that good stuff. But then another thing to take into consideration, a lot of airlines are doing their best to cut prices because they know that a lot of people are not traveling right now. I mean, heck, I've gotten more notifications within the last 2 weeks than I ever have in life. I mean, heck, I found a good deal. I found a good deal to go to Los Angeles for less than $300 from the DMV area, and for me, it's like, hey, that's a round trip straight shot. That's a freaking good deal, But it costs money to be outside. It costs money to travel. It costs money to go to events, and we are living in times where the smartest people work, as far as working people, because it's the roughest right now for working people than it ever has been in a long time. I'm not going to say in human history, but I will say in a long time, spending more money on darn near everything. Everything, everything, everything. So it doesn't really behoove any of us to really be outside like that because there's nothing really going on outside. As people say, I'm outside. Nah, you need to be inside. Okay, your bank account needs to be growing. Your assets and skill sets need to be growing. Your mindset needs to be growing. Do more things that are going to make you grow on all levels. You need to be working out, you need to be eating better, but saving money right now is your best friend. That is your only true friend right now. Heck, even spending less time on social media is your probably true friend right now. Even for me, I'm guilty of this. I think the most I spend on social media is usually before I go to bed and while I'm at the gym, because I don't go to the gym to talk to people. I go to the gym to work out. So when I'm taking my breather, I'll get on there just to shoot the breeze for a second. But that's how the game goes. Okay, that is how the game goes at the end of the day. But yeah, I think we need a global. I think we need a global lockdown because, you know, I say that because of one reason. And it's just because um, I think that next year people are really going to feel it more than they have all year in 2023. It started in 2023 with inflation going crazy, and I think in 2024. Now I know the Fed is talking about not raising interest rates for this month of September, but you never know. Things could change as far as the jobs are concerned. Excuse me. Sorry. I was like, I've been trying to not yawn for the last 15 minutes and it just keeps trying to hit me. But as far as the jobs report, there's a lot of jobs that are hiring, but majority of jobs are very, very low paying jobs. And a lot of even the raises that people are getting is not really meeting today's inflation. Most of the time, it barely meets inflation with the average raises that people get on the job, especially if you work in the corporate America. But now it's just like everything is quadrupled, just like that's why a lot of people are, even myself, are trying to cut down from ordering from Amazon, ordering from Grubhub and DoorDash. If you can get it from the store while you're there, go get it. Stop paying these extra fees for the delivery services. These are just things to take into consideration. Because of that, how's the Christmas sales are going to be? A lot of retail stores, especially the stores that are the brick and mortar stores that are still in existence today. They're depending on people to shop. Black Friday, they're depending, Cyber Monday, they're depending on people to spend their dollars. That's the way the U.S. economy is. You got to spend your money. Got to get those credit cards, got to get yourself in debt with credit cards, because that helps the U.S. economy, for people to be in debt and people to be spending their money. It's the American way. I'm not knocking the system. I'm just saying this is what the system depends on. People being in debt, people constantly spending their money. And not just on necessities like, food and gas. Paying your bills, that's a necessity. Food and gas, that's a necessity. But, maintenance on your vehicle, buying a vehicle, buying a home, purchasing that extra TV, purchasing that extra computer, purchasing that. I have an old phone. I could have got a new phone a long time ago, but I'm just like, hey, my mindset is, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I don't need an upgrade as of yet, maybe within the next year or two. But I get the craziest looks, and it seems like every week now I get a text message. Excuse me. I get a text message from my phone provider that it's time for me to upgrade my phone or whatnot. And I'm just like, hey, I'm team no debt over here, and I want to keep it that way, because the goal is for me to continuously increase my the goal is for me to continuously increase my income earning potential, increase my savings, and increase my assets, i.e. real estate, i.e. selling products for my business like my online store, and i.e. Buying Bitcoin, buying bonds, buying stocks, and contributing to my IRAs and solo 401ks. So solo 401k and whatnot, self-direct, or something on my bad, self-directed IRA and whatnot, where you basically have an IRA, individual retirement account, registered in your business name, not your personal name. You contribute to it, and if you need to ever borrow money from you can do so without being taxed. And you just always ensure that you pay it back. That way you don't get taxed. It's this beautiful thing. Oh yeah. For my workout people, it's just like, I need to start drinking that more dehydrated water, because it seems like no matter what, after I work out and burn all these calories, I'm still feel a little dehydrated and whatnot after my workouts. But I digress. But that's where we're at right now. I think we need a mental global shutdown for people to get their mind right. I think at least for 3 years. Lord, I'm tripping. 3 to 4 months, where they're like, hey, I'm not going to buy it if I don't need it. I'm not going to take the vacation. I'm not going to, do X, Y, Z because things are going to get rougher regardless of who's sitting in the White House, governor's house, and mayor's house. I have to really emphasize that. It's all about the economics. And if less people are shopping and going out, then unfortunately, a lot of people will end up losing their jobs. That's another thing. Then you got Chat GPT and robots. That's another thing to take into consideration. The world has changed dramatically, and it is ever changing at a fast rate every single day, and it is catching everybody by storm. You know, it really is. So I really cannot put it any other way. So that's why I think we need a global lockdown from a mental perspective, not to actually physically, have people having to stay in their homes like we did in 2020, most of 2021. I remember I took 2 trips in 2020. Beginning before I went to took a trip before the pandemic actual lockdown. I took a trip towards the end of the year, and when I went to Houston, Texas, it was nice to be there, but the place was still on lockdown. There was no comedy shows. Um, I think the most I did was go to the beach and go get something to eat. So it was a boring trip. And then 2021, the world started opening up a lot more, but I just think that with the way that things are now, but even still, like going to LA in 2021, it wasn't open. Vegas was open, but they didn't have that much going on in Vegas. But it was still nice to be there. It was just nice to be outside. Trust me, it's like after that, I think like between 2021, 2022, and 2023 summers, I think everybody's like, yeah, we're glad to be outside. We're glad to be out, be able to do things again, and I appreciate after that lockdown. I appreciate being able to get on a plane, go to a show, and just walk around and enjoy life. You know, so that's just me. you know. But yeah, that's where I'm at with it. I think we need another global lockdown from an economic mental perspective because I always say the first time charity begins at home, and I'm all about voting with your dollars, but you got to vote with your dollars when it comes to yourself. And right now people are scraping by more so, and they're scraping by with credit cards and not just the cash. A lot of people are cash poor right now, and debt and credit card debt heavy. And now with a lot of student loan debts, if people have them, thank God I don't have them. One thing I'm glad that I don't have in my life right now, like I said, I'm 40 years old. I have, I have credit card debt because I utilize credit card debts for things that I already have cash for. So I pay it off in a reasonable time, but I like getting my cash back rewards. I like getting my air mile points because I love to travel. But one thing I'm glad I could say I don't have in 2023 in my life right now is student loan debt, children, um, because I have nothing against children. I don't think I'm father material, but I'll leave that alone. I think I'm gonna rant about that on Instagram, not this platform. But I'm glad I don't have those things. I'm glad I don't have alimony payments because I'm just like these are 3 things that are sucking a lot of people's money away dry. Alimony, from being married and getting a divorce. Children, nothing wrong with having children, but they cost. Everything costs in this life. Student loan debts. Okay. Even for your 6-figure earner in 2023, that can suck you dry. And people don't understand that or don't want to come to terms with that. And, a lot of people make it work. They might live a little harder having to share a room with 2 other people, another family and things of that nature, like in a third world country. And I don't knock the people that do that because a lot of times people have to do that because they can't. That's the only way they can survive. Number one, or two, they do that because they have an economic plan in play. They're not planning on living like that forever. But that's just something to take into consideration. You know what I'm saying? So, and I really want to emphasize and hit the freaking nail on the head with the youth on this one. Okay, when I was younger, I was scared straight. There used to be a program, I think they still have it now, where they send troubled youth to prison facilities, and the prisoners basically scare the crap out of them and let them know prison life is not for you. So, and um, I'm all for what is it? The scared straight programs that they have. I believe they started in New Jersey. I'm all for it because there's nothing. Tupac said it best. Rest his soul. He said, "This is not the spot. There's nothing cool about being in prison. Period. I don't care what the rappers say. You ask Young Thug when he went to jail how that worked out for him. Okay, and I'm not even being funny when I say that. There's nothing cool about going to prison, and when it comes to being a quote unquote gangster, unless you're an economic gangster. If you want to be in a street gangster, the only thing that's left there for you is prison or death. Period. There's no other way to slice it or dice it, family. Okay, prison or death. All right, on the realness. So I leave it at that. But yeah, that's the only future. You know, unfortunately. And I really, and especially to the young guys, if you're gonna be out there, and I'm talking to my teens, I'm talking to my 20 somethings. If you're gonna be out there, having some sexual fun, and even to the females, but I'm really talking to the young men. Wrap it up. I don't care if she says she has birth control. Wrap it up. You do not want to be. It's too expensive out here to just be having kids, oopsie babies. Ain't no such thing as a oopsie baby. You had sex, forget that heat of the moment nonsense. You know the risks. We live in the age of information. Miss me with all that. So um, that's all I can say to the young folks. It's just like, it's not even about you trying to look up to me. It's just like, hey, I'm talking about your money here and your livelihood. So, having those oopsie babies is just too expensive. And if you want to have the lifestyle where you are tied down to children and can't go out and have any fun outside of going to a restaurant, then by all means. Okay, there was a young lady on TikTok. Um, I wish I would have saved that video, because that video I should have saved it. Yeah, this young lady broke down why she. It was funny as all get out, man. It was funny as, oh my god, like this young lady, she talked about why she had to let this guy go. It was the funniest thing ever. I think I'm gonna try to find it. But she talked about why she let this guy go. Like, she talked about why she was like, yeah, this guy is not for me. And let me tell you why this guy's not for me. Um, yeah, let me tell you why this guy's not for me. And basically she went into the whole rant analysis about how much money he makes a month. I know they live down south. I think the most money he made a month might have been, he doesn't have a car, so he was taking the bus to work. I think it was the most amount of money this gentleman made was maybe $800 a month. And I'm just like, for a grown person, period. If $800 a month is all you make, I hope you living in a place with like 7 people. Okay. I mean, that's all I can say. I should have saved it. I saw this last night. Um, Breaks up with boyfriend. Let's see if this will pop up. Because, and then, yeah, she told him, that's what it was. She told him to stop paying child support. That's what it was. Okay. Woman tells man, I was trying to think about it, tells man to stop paying child support, paying child support. And when she got into it, I was just like, what do you mean you gonna tell a man to not pay his child support? But what her reasoning behind it was actually kind of interesting, to be honest with you. And of course the video went viral. But because she was basically like, at the end of the month, he was basically left with like $30. And I think that he was living with her, and woman tells man to stop. Yeah. And it was just the most interesting video I've ever seen ever. And I'm just like, oh my God. Like, I just couldn't. At first, I was like, she was tripping, but then I was like, okay. And then I think that the woman said that the guy didn't even got to see his kids, and then he was what was it? He didn't get to see his kids, and then the woman. This is what it was. The mother of the children the kids didn't even live with the mother of the children. That's what the main reasoning was. I think the kids were living with her. the mother was living someplace else, and the kids were living with the mother's grandma mom, basically with the grandmother. Excuse me. Mementos, man, stop paying child support on TikTok. There it is. TikTok video. I'm still not popping up. That's so. I thought I'd find it, but like I said, the video went viral. So, um, but yeah. Anyways, it was like I said, it was just interesting. Um, gets rid of man. Let's see. Okay, never mind. It ain't gonna come up. But anyways, it was a wish I could have found that video. I should have saved it because that if all the videos I saved, that video would have been the one to be like, oh my God, because it had me in tears. It really did. But anyways, all I can say is because the way a lot of women are operating now, that hey, we are in executive decision time frame in the United States of America right now. Now, and I think I'm sure it's like that in other Western nations, but real talk, we are in executive decision time in the United States of America, meaning you can't be with bums anymore. Now, doesn't mean you have to everybody that you're with has to be rich. No. But if you see somebody that's on some bum dusty, I just want to sit around and play video games and scratch my butt. I don't care if I have a car. I'm not planning on becoming a homeowner. I don't want to own a business. I just want to be a basic dusty dude. If that's what you want, then fine, but don't complain about the results that you get because being with somebody like that, same thing with a female. Being with somebody like that nowadays is just they're basically a freaking tick. And I'm just talking about working people. Now, if you're rich, it's a different story. If you can afford to have the big family without one spouse working, have at it. The majority of working people in today's world can't afford that. I don't care if you live in Mississippi, Virginia, Texas, California, Michigan. It is too expensive. Rents are expensive, housing is expensive, cost of food is expensive. Everybody's got to be pitching in. I always say this: you got to be like the freaking a lot of immigrant families who come from all over the world who have a hey, we're going to have 10 to 15 paychecks in one house. Everybody's going to have 3 to 4 people in one bedroom in this 5 to 6 bedroom house, but we're going to make moves together. And this is how we're going to survive. And we're going to take money from this asset called equity, borrow, take equity out of the property or get a HELOC, equity line of credit, and buy another house or put that money into a business. That is the mindset of everybody. I always say everybody needs to be trying to operate in the sense. Not everybody can own a major $1 billion corporation, but everybody can try to be a part of $1 million corporation. Just like not everybody's going to own Microsoft, but everybody can try to own a fraction or a piece of Microsoft stock. So that is the mindset that everybody needs to have. And that's why to the youth, the good thing about the youth is they have access to more information than any other generation in human history. But what are you going to do with it? And then number two, everybody's going to make mistakes. Nobody's perfect, even with all the information. We see that with this generation now. However, I say this with all sincerity. Being around broke, basic, dusty minded people, it ain't gonna work and it's not gonna fly anymore. It puts everybody in a position to where they can become homeless. It puts everybody in a position to where they can become more vulnerable and weak. Health perspective, safety perspective, and definitely an economic perspective. The ultimate money move is being around the right people. Okay. As the hat says, make money moves. The ultimate money move is being around the right people. And I can't emphasize that anymore. Okay. And when the woman, because I remember she broke it down, I wish I could have found that video, but she might have took the video down, but she broke up with her man because he kicked him out of the house because he was basically had 2 cents to his name. And she was like, you need to stop paying child support because the kids don't and I'm for people paying child support, but because the kids did not live quote unquote with the mother and the money was going to the mother. So she's like, hey, I think she's just taking the money from the kids and doing what she wants to do with it. So that was her logic and her reasoning behind it. And it's like I said, and I even say this to the young ladies: if you see a dude, if you're in your early 20s, I know the bad boy's sexy. I get it, especially in the era where you have a lot of men that don't show a lot of masculinity anymore because one, society can't wait to chastise them for being a man, getting hostile, getting loud, and things of that nature. It's normal male behavior to get angry. You know, it's like females get angry, men are allowed should be allowed to get angry. All right. Now we usually refrain from trying to put our hands on somebody unless we're just crazy and we don't care anymore. But um so I get it. The bat women have always been attracted to the bad, and I'm not trying to act like I'm Kevin Samuels, but women have always been attracted to the bad boy because the bad boy was the guy that displayed the most amount of masculinity. The bad boy is the one who displays alpha male behavior. And that is very normal for women to be attracted to men with alpha male tendencies, especially when they're all out and about and whatnot. Now me, I'm always usually in between. I forgot what they call it because I'm not a beta. Unfortunately, you have more beta males nowadays than ever before because they want to live their life via virtual reality. You know, they don't want to live their life in the real freaking world. And this is why, my personal opinion, this is why so many freaking superhero movies and fantasy movies have taken off throughout the industry of Hollywood because nobody wants to live in the real world anymore. Everybody wants to escape to fantasy land. Is there anything wrong with that? Absolutely not. But I'm just a real world kind of guy. So I'll leave it at that. And that's what it is. And then a lot of dudes, they attracted to, as my buddy would say, you know, he quotes it from the song E40, Captain Saber, you know what, I'm not gonna say the word, where they want to save the female that's in distress, that's got all the financial issues, baby daddy issues, you know, and they don't find the women who have their stuff together attractive. So I'm just here to say today to the men and the females that are in their 20s, if you got your stuff together, I don't care how much you're attracted to the bad guy and the bad girl. Stay the heck away from them. They're nothing but trouble. They will suck you dry like a freaking leech or a tick because they see you have something going on, they have nothing going on. And the mindset has to be, because as Ronald Samuels, my good friend, would say, your mindset is everything. And if you are not about being around people, if you want to do better in your life, you got to be around people that want to do better in life. Period. You can't be backwards like you Suge Knight and be climbing a ladder and going on top of the world, but then you got bum basic people constantly surrounding you. That's not going to fly. That's not how the game's supposed to go. You're going backwards. Period. So I'm gonna leave it at that. You know, keep the ones around you that are about doing something. Keep the ones that ain't around you. You know, treat them like a vampire. Get them away. Real talk. Okay, because they're just going to try to suck you dry. They see that fresh blood, you know, as I call caliente sangre, hot blood. They smell it. You ever see the old show called True Blood? You know, Sookie had that special blood because she had fairy blood in her, and that's what that blood allowed vampires, one, to taste better, and then two, it allowed vampires, if they had enough of it, to go out during the day without dying and getting burnt up. So that's just something to take into consideration. You know. On that note, do the great three things: like, share, and subscribe. You know, hopefully you guys have a good night. I'm done. I didn't think I was going to be on this long tonight, but you know how it is. It takes a while to get it together. But those are the marching orders for the younger generation right now, because that's one mistake I made when I was in my early 20s. I was still trying to hang out with people that weren't doing nothing. And after a while, it's just like, you know what? This isn't for me. And I really want to emphasize this now to the youth, because you are in a precarious position right now in the United States, to where if you're not about making money, that's why that was the best thing about being at EY University's InvestFest. You know, you got to be about doing something. And I was so happy to see young people there about their business. Okay. They was really, really about their business. So, and you know, talking about business ownership, investments, things of that nature, like that's where we're at now. So if you're not on that trip, you're gonna we're really in the sink or swim aspect of the United States of America. We really are. and I don't see it turning around anytime soon, regardless of who's in the White House, governor's house, and mayor's house. And I'm being really serious about that. Okay, it's not going to turn around at any time. So you have no time to waste. You have to really, really, really continuously keep on going, keep on showing up, keep on doing your thing, and go from there. Because, in a very, very crazy time right now. And it's only going to get worse for those who are not serious. So I'll leave it at that. On that note, do the great free things, like, share, and subscribe. Have a great evening. Might go live this weekend, might not, just depending on the circumstances. Still got some family stuff to work out, but it's all good in the neighborhood. I was supposed to be in Los Angeles this week, but LA, I will see you in November. All right. Believe that. Another thing is, if you're a stock market investor, crypto investor, individual retirement account investor, don't forget to check out Stash, WEBULL, Acorns, Crypto.com, Coinbase, all those platforms. You'll be able to make some money moves and, go from there. Sign up. Don't forget to check out my online store. Got new merchandise, as you see. Finally got the Make Money Moves hat. And we're gonna keep going. And don't forget, I offer a service known as Resume Service, where I help put together people's resumes so that they can get a better opportunity at getting a better job. And I do like one-on-one aspects of finance, giving financial coaching, where I'm not giving out financial advice. I just tell people, hey, this is what I do. You pay, for both services, a $20 fee. I think that's reasonable. What I do in regards to how I invest, and here are the links to get you the way you need to go. If you want to try it out, fine. If not, then it's all good in the neighborhood. All right. So on that note, family, I'm out. Take care.
Like now. Like now.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Larry's Anything Goes. Hopefully, you're having a great day. If you've been watching Larry's Anything Goes programming, you know that we are not only providing great financial intelligence content as much as possible by interviewing other financial professionals, professionals in the travel industry, real estate industry, etc., and so forth, but we provide various services when it comes to specific products that we sell, from anything that you would actually find on Amazon or actually at Walmart, etc., and so forth. And we are actually providing specific products due to today's current crisis and whatnot, to ensure that we provide the right services and products that you need at a reasonable price when it comes to medical face masks, when it comes to hand sanitizer, and when it comes to latex gloves and things of that nature, and etc., and so forth, toilet paper, paper towels. But we have what you need. Also, family, don't forget that Larry's Anything Goes is a part of an affiliate marketing network known as Gold Standard Partners, where you have the opportunity to buy cryptocurrency and allow others to invest with you as becoming an affiliate marketing partner. And obviously, if they purchase a package with the program, you're able to make money off their package purchases and make money off of their crypto purchases and things of that nature. If you want to join, please follow the links in the description, and I'll give you a call as soon as you sign up and purchase a package, and we'll go from there. But definitely, it's all about the best way to make money moves is to have currency with one another, and to ensure that currency is always being spoken of on all levels, so it benefits everyone and not just one specific person. That's a lot of things that people forget about. So think about joining the program, and we'll be able to go from there. But if not, either way, it's always appreciated. And thank you for watching. And hopefully you guys have a great day and continuously make money moves so you don't live broke like a fool. Take care. As you can see, with our various products, we have our financial apparel. As you see, wearing There's Anything Goes t-shirt, financial intelligence is sexy, face masks, latex gloves, things of that nature, to obviously ensure the safety of you and your family all at the same time. We want to ensure that you get the best products and see the actual products that we're actually providing for you, and giving you another view of not only the shirts and the medical masks, but actually another view of actual latex gloves and the actual hand sanitizer. Because one thing we've learned, throughout this unfortunate crisis, that we have to take more precautionary measures to ensure not only the safety for ourselves, but for our families. And having a great pair of hand sanitizers, latex gloves, and medical face masks will ensure that safety. And with all that being said, hopefully you guys will check out our online store. We have the various products that you see here. With a couple of clicks, especially if you're paying via PayPal, it makes life that much easier for you to purchase our various products, especially during this unfortunate situation. You see the apparel from Larry's Anything Goes. We have the medical products when it comes to hand sanitizer, latex gloves, medical face masks, and things of that nature, and various other products. So please check out Larry's Anything Goes. Support small local businesses. We greatly appreciate it, and hopefully that you have a good day.